Welcome. My name is Julie Huntington, and I'm a member of Families for Safe Streets. Today marks the 25th annual World Day of Remembrance for traffic crash victims, and 15 years since this event was adopted by the United Nations. On this day, we join with communities around the U.S. and around the world, people like us who know the high price for failing to address the senseless carnage on our streets. We had planned a larger scale event and were expecting many crash victims and survivors, elected officials, supporters, and street safety activists. But with the rise in COVID cases, we are instead speaking as a small group and having others join remotely as we live stream this event. Together, here in person, on Lenape land, and virtually, we remember, support one another, and demand action. For me, it is just over a year since my dad was killed in a crash. He was one of 38,800 people who senselessly lost their lives to traffic violence in the United States in 2019. Dad was killed just a few days before what should have been a celebration of 46 years of marriage with my mom. In preparing for this World Day of Remembrance, I worked with a small group of volunteers to collect old, worn-out shoes from family, friends, and community members to represent those killed in our streets in crashes, like my dad. Doing this physical work of collecting shoes, which has involved riding my bicycle to Brooklyn, Manhattan, and all around Queens for pickups, organizing community drop-off events in Astoria Park and on the 31st Avenue open street, lugging boxes and bags of shoes up and down stairs to our 4th floor walk-up, has brought memories of the summer my dad was killed. I'm sorry if I start crying. That summer, I left New York City life behind and went to stay with my mom, and I worked my dad's delivery route in his place. Dad was a hard-working man who had two kinds of shoes, work shoes and dress shoes. The work shoes were always sturdy sneakers, made for agility in snow, rain, or shine, suitable for a variety of indoor and outdoor terrains. He would wear these shoes until the soles wore thin from his relentless daily grind. Sometimes, old pairs would find their way into the garage and become green-stained lawn mowing shoes. These work shoes, countless pairs over the years, are the ones that always come to mind when I think of Dad and his shoes. In the summer of 2019, I had to buy my own pair of sturdy-soled sneakers to work Dad's route in his place. Over the course of that summer, walking in Dad's shoes, following in his footsteps, connected me to all the lives he touched every day of his life. He cared about the small businesses he served, many of whom he'd been working with for the past 20 or 30 years. Dad's loss is immeasurable to all of us. I love him so much, and I miss him every day. Dad's death, like so many others, was completely preventable, which is why I am here today. For my dad, I am here standing with other members of Families for Safe Streets, many who lost family members this year, to beg Mayor Bill de Blasio to address the heartbreaking cost of traffic crashes and the urgent need for change on our streets. In the past month, the city of New York reached a tragic record. More cyclists were killed than during any month of the Vision Zero era. Since Mayor de Blasio took office, more than 1,000 pedestrians and cyclists have been killed on Mayor de Blasio streets, and nearly 1,600 people have died in total due to traffic violence. As our city faces a rise in traffic violence, the administration has defunded its own Vision Zero program, Green Wave Plan, Streets Master Plan, and the Dangerous Vehicle Abatement Plan. These programs are meant to eliminate all traffic deaths. Instead of doing more to reach Vision Zero, Mayor de Blasio is doing less. This is unacceptable. Going to work or a neighborhood store should not mean risking life and limb. And for what? Traffic, free parking, SUVs, air pollution? It is time for Mayor de Blasio to make good on his commitment to Vision Zero by prioritizing human lives over traffic. We stand today in front of 213 pairs of shoes, representing the 213 lives lost to traffic crashes in New York City so far this year. And from January to October, 36,892 have been injured. And those are just the people we know of. These shoes also represent the 1,000 pedestrians and cyclists killed under de Blasio's leadership, and all of those who have been injured. New York City was the first city in the country to adopt Vision Zero, but our mayor's legacy as a Vision Zero hero is slowly being transformed into the mayor who reigned over 1,000 dead of our most vulnerable street users, those who walk and bike to get around. It is time for Mayor de Blasio to make good on his commitment to Vision Zero by prioritizing human lives over traffic. We cry out in pain for these families and demand no more vigils, no more speeches. We need action now. Before we proceed, I also want to recognize and remember all of those in New York City, across the country, and around the world who have died or suffered potentially lifelong complications from COVID-19. In this moment, we are looking at hundreds of thousands of preventable deaths from disease. We see the corollaries to traffic violence. Some of our public health departments have largely proven that we are capable of acting on a dime and taking dramatic measures to protect people's lives. Our capacity is clear. We just need the will. But unlike the virus, traffic violence is not a once-in-a-century occurrence. In fact, in only the past 5 years, as many Americans died in traffic crashes as have perished from COVID-19. Moreover, millions more suffered life-altering injuries. This horrific deadly toll has occurred unabated year after year for the past 100 years, killing nearly 4 million men, women, and children in our country, and there is no end in sight. We will now proceed to read the names of those killed in New York City in traffic violence so far this year, each represented by these white shoes in front of us. It is an incredibly painful part of our memorial vigil today. It is a horrific list, as is the huge number of those injured every month. Each is like my father, more than just a number. I also want to share that when we read the names, many names will be unknown. It is not that the person who was killed has not been identified. Unknown just means that the person's name has not been shared publicly by the media or by authorities. Before we start, I want to invite a founding member of Families for Safe Streets, Debbie Marks Kahn, to share a personal reflection about the power and importance of the shoes in front of us.
Seth had a high-top skateboard sneaker collection. He loved to wear lots of bright colors and use lots of color in his artwork and in the toys that he designed. Seth embraced his inner child and used his image as his own artwork. He wore zipper pulls with cartoon characters on them and special laces for his shoes. I bought Seth an incredibly special pair of sneakers at Neiman Marcus that he had been trying to get for a very long time. He loved them because they had so many assorted colors on them, and they were his favorite pair. On the day Seth was killed, he was wearing those sneakers, his favorite sneakers. As he walked across the street in the crosswalk, a bus came out of nowhere and hit Seth, knocking him over and knocking his sneakers off of his feet. Witnesses told us that Seth sat up and grabbed his sneakers. He picked them up and set them down right next to his legs while yelling at the bus driver to stop, that he was still there. But the bus kept going and ran Seth over, killing him. After we saw Seth in the hospital, laying on the gurney in that bed, dead, where they took him after and tried to save him. Near him, we saw his sneakers, and now lifeless without our Seth, his empty shoes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rondell Booker. It is now nearly 4 years since my 29-year-old sister, Hermanda Booker, was killed in a traffic crash on the morning of January 3rd, 2017. 4 long years since my parents, my younger sister, Rashenda, or myself have heard her voice or got to hug her tight or share a laugh with her. Last year, I shared about a devoted teacher who loved children but was robbed of the chance to have her own. Today, on this day of remembrance, I want to share just how much harm this epidemic has caused for crash survivors, as well as the families left behind. My younger sister, Rashenda, and I were devastated when Hermanda was killed. But unlike me, Rashenda was also fighting a rare genetic blood disorder. She died earlier this fall of heart complications, officially, but deep down, I think she died of a broken heart. Rashenda and Hermanda had a unique bond, and I believe Hermanda's death became too hard of a burden for Rashenda's heart to bear, leaving me behind as an only child and my parents to grieve once again. Today, I add these shoes for my 2 sisters to the memorial and read the names of people killed in New York City and the number injured for the month of January, in loving memory of my sisters Hermanda and Rashenda Booker. OK. J. Kang, age 74. Maria Lorente, age 70. Thomas Malagrica, age 69. Trajan Panthi, age 10. Judith Wider, age 68. Unknown. Yulan Lu, age 68. Unknown age as well. Maria Leone, age 72. Yisroel Yakov Brit, also known as James Bright, age 81. Stephanie Curtis, age 67. Deborah Muto, age 67. Felicia Lewis, age 32. Michael Ellis, age 34. Unknown, also unknown age. Megan Ann Smith, age 26. Devonte New, age 27. Shaquan Hullums, age 36. Unknown and unknown age. Also unknown, age 90. Pedro Lopez, age 41. Total number of people injured this month, at least 4,199.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Marisol Conla. On February 23rd, our family's lives abruptly changed when a careless driver killed my husband, Jose Luis Conla, and then horrifically left the crash site for him to die. Jose was a sweet and caring husband who always looked out for his family. He was 26 years old, and was pursuing a career in criminal justice. He was a full-time student and also working full-time to support his family. He worked very hard to accomplish his dreams of one day becoming a lawyer. He always gave his all. He had so many aspirations, but his dreams were all taken away from him. He will forever be in our hearts. It is 9 months since he was killed, and we are still fighting for justice. He also, we are also fighting to prevent these horrible crashes from happening to anyone else. Today, I add the shoes to the memorial and read the names of people killed in New York City for the month of February in memory of our beloved Jose Luis Canla. Unknown, age 57. Monica Herbert, age 73. Deborah Sherver, age 64. Unknown, age unknown. Carl Henderson Jr., age 30. Unknown, age unknown. Roosevelt Bynum, age 84. Joy Morte Acosta, age 44. Jonathan Rodriguez, age 25. Carmelia Martinez, age 38. Unknown, age unknown. Annette Kamaya, age 60. Masaya Takeda, age 66. Jose Cantla, age 26. Dolores Soho, age 88. Unknown, age 59. Patience Heaven Albert, age 10. Valeriano Mondragon Trinidad, age 39. Christina Gardini, age 27. Payson Love, age 7. Total number of people injured this month, at least 4,051.
My husband Harold will now place Seth's shoes on the memorial, and I will read the names of those killed and the number injured in March. For my son Seth, who was 22 years old when he was killed by a reckless driver, and for all the people who have died in traffic crashes, for all the parents like me who have buried our children far too young. March. Unknown, age 35. Frank Colinari, age 66. Unknown, age 13. Carolyn Egger, age 76. Bianca Chimborazo, age 32. Tiara Eddy, age 29. Unknown. And Jesse McCaleb, age 35. The total number of people injured this month, at least 3,135.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mary Mahal. My son Enzo was a happy, caring, loving, and enthusiastic child. He played the violin, he loved amusement park, the beach, and the pool. He liked traveling and enjoying life. He had made plans on going upstate for college. He was excited about going to middle school. He liked the fact that he was almost a preteen. We had so many traveling plans scheduled. Everything we planned was about to make him happy. He was only 10 years old when he was killed days before his birthday by a reckless driver last September. We all miss him every day. I place Enzo's shoes now on the memorial, and I will read the name of those killed and the number injured in April for Enzo. For all the children who have died in traffic crashes, for all the parents like me who have buried our children far too young. Unknown, age 45. Unknown, age 42. Mohammed Rafaq, age 30. Justin Leva, age 29. Satesh Permal, age 21. Sean Stanton, age 58. Lee Senonat, age 31. Christine Dahlstrom, age 32. Richard Holt, age 34. Gasper Vallejo, age 32. Unknown, age 22. Tadeusz Sakowski, age 67. Kevin Scout, age 57. The total number of people injured this month, at least 1,308.
My name is Thomas Proctor. When the lockdown started, I was worried about the rampant speeding that I saw throughout our city, but I never expected tragedy to strike me. Over in May, my brother was killed by a reckless driver near his home in Boston while he was out riding his bike with his girlfriend. It was just 28 weeks before just 2 weeks before his 28th birthday. They had just signed a lease to move in together. Instead, he died in their arms. The intersection where Charlie was killed was identified by the city as a particularly dangerous intersection, but they did nothing to fix it. In his 28 years, Charlie did more than most do in a lifetime. He spent his final birthday on Mount Denali, climbing the Casson Ridge. He was always pushing us to push our own limits and exit our comfort zones. Today, I add these shoes for my brother and read the names of those killed in New York City for the month of May. Unknown, age 72. Unknown. Florentino Cruceño, age 49. Caron Green, age 23. Unknown, age 25. Simon Tavares, Jr., age 25. Justin Batten, age 29. Zudi Daci, age 79. Unknown, age 29. Unknown. Unknown, age 30. Unknown, age 34. The total number of people injured in May, at least 2,542.
My name is Clarita Bailon. I am a survivor, and I am living on borrowed time. Everyone assumes when they meet me that I have been in a wheelchair since I was born, but it is not true. I was born with a Larsen syndrome, but I was not very limited by it. I love to dance. I was quite good doing the salsa. I drove a car. I graduated from college with a bachelor's degree in biology. I had a job that I loved, and I was planning to getting into politics. I was strong and independent. My mother and father raised all of us, my siblings, this way. They all went to have professional jobs and homes of their own. I expected the same for me, but on July 5th, 2002, all of that changed when a reckless taxi driver stole the life that I had envisioned and worked hard to make for myself, and he took away my future. I place my mom's shoes on this memorial today. She witnessed the crash that changed my life and hers. As each day passed, she became a recluse and afraid to be on the streets. She would say that her legs became like bricks when she had to cross the street, or like someone had put glue on her feet. She suffered so much. I miss her. And this Thanksgiving, I will also miss her cooking. Today, I read the names for the month of July. for the thousands like me who are seriously injured on our streets every year, especially for the 12 Bronx residents who were killed this June of 2020. For insurance companies, our family members and survivors, like my mom, are just collateral damages in this preventable public health crisis. I am going to read the names of people who died on June 2020. Unknown, age 52. Unknown, age 55. Ivan Morales, age 23. Unknown, age 52. Michelle Garcia, age 22. Unknown, age unknown. Unknown, age unknown. Rampal Rampersor, age 58. Jose Luis Escobillo Garcia, age 38. Unknown, age 30. Unknown, age 24. Sherman Simpson, unknown. Sherman Simpson, 38, age 38. Unknown, age 60. Emma Riley Trapani, age newborn. Newborn. Richard Diaz, age 30. Unknown, age 19. Edward Marble, age 43. Unknown, age 35. Unknown, age 35. Unknown, age 35. Unknown, age 58. Unknown, age 35. Unknown, age 50. Unknown, age unknown. Christian Davis, age 22. Ernie Tiburis, age 55. Unknown, age 31. Hamlet Cruz Gomez, age 25. Unknown, age 60. James Triani, age 63. Total number of people injured this month, at least 3,618. I miss you, Mom.
Hi, my name is Irma Rosenblatt. On March 24th, 2014, my 88-year-old mother, Ida, was on her way from her meditation class at the Riverdale Senior Center when she was struck by a speeding SUV turning the corner. She was so severely injured that she lost consciousness and died 2 days later in the hospital. She was a vital and energetic mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. She was involved in many activities such as Tai Chi and was very active on her social action committee at the senior center. She advocated for services to the senior community and went many times to City Hall. She was well known by members of the New York State Senate, New York State Assembly, and City Council, and never hesitated to go to their offices when she had something to say. Needless to say, she is sorely missed by our family and the community. My grandson, Jacob, her great-grandson, still talks about her. He calls her Gigi and says she is now with the earth and the sky watching over us. I'm sure if my mother were alive, she would be demanding safe streets. So today I will try to fill her activist shoes. Today I place these shoes on the memorial and read the names of the people killed in New York City for the month of July in memory of my mother, Ida. Unknown, age 58. Richard O'Flaherty, age 64. Unknown, unknown age. Margarita Sidjayeva, age 18. Emil Badalov, age 16. Daniel Sijayeva, age 11. Jose Barrera, age 50. Unknown, unknown age. Unknown, age 51. Unknown, age 80. Nina Kapoor, age 26. Unknown, unknown age. Unknown, age 52. Unknown, unknown age. Unknown, unknown age. Unknown, age 27. Unknown, age 28. Unknown, age 37. Francis Nunez, age 30. Delroy Morris, age 37. Tanisha Howard, age 42. And Jeremy Malave, age 32. And the total number of people injured this month were at least 4,339. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Aaron Charlotte Powers. I'm here with my child and my father. My mom was hit and killed riding her bike to work 10 years ago in the Bronx. And I'm going to read a prepared statement from Yolanda Nieves. My name is Yolanda Nieves, and like my son Matthew Travis Palacios, I am a fighter. Matt was my oldest son. He was 25 years old when he was killed by a dump truck making an illegal left turn, trying to get onto the Willis Avenue Bridge on November 18th. Matthew was a rising wrestling star from the South Bronx who was poised to make it big. He was a driven kid. Even from a young age, if he wanted something, he worked and he bought it himself, either with his uncle at the auto repair shop he owned or by dancing on the train. That drive clearly fueled him in wrestling. As he said in an interview soon before he was killed, "Wrestling is my lifeline. Every night I come home and I hear how someone got shot, like, what if I'm next? But with wrestling, I feel like, finally, I have a shot." But he never really got that chance to truly shine. And to me, he was more than just a rising star. He was my life. He was my angel. He supported our family. Today, I place Matt's favorite shoes on the memorial and read the names of people killed in New York City for the month of August, the month Matt was born and would have turned 26 years old. I fight for Matt and urge you all to join me. Jordan Smith, 26. Eitan Austin, 38. Maria Cristina Vilacrez, 29. Jan Shah, 23. Unknown. Unknown. Kiara Rosa, 26. Unknown, age 38. Unknown. Carlos Flores Garcia, 29. Unknown, 29. Unknown. Unknown. Unknown, age 8. Unknown, 34. Tevin Murrell, 26. Mike, 31. Unknown, age 40. Muharrem Frulakaj, 52. Biseri Frulakaj, 47. Unknown, 78. Franco Cuejan, 19. Unknown, 23. The total number of people injured in August was 4,718.
My name is Marta Valenzuela. My son Mario Valenzuela Jr. was 14 years old when he was killed in a traffic crash on September 21st, 2019. A day that changed the life of our whole family forever. He was on his way to the park to play soccer with his friends in Long Island City, a neighborhood with dangerous streets and few places for kids to play. A reckless garbage truck driver made a left turn from the right lane without signaling and ran over Mario. As all of his friends watched in horror, my son was such a wonderful boy. I'm proud to say that he helped many of friends in any way he was able to. And I know that his friendly heart will stay with everyone he touched. And to these days I tell him, siempre en mi mente y en mi corazón, That means always in my mind and in my heart. Today I place these shoes on the memorial and read the names of the people killed in New York City for the month of September in memory of my beloved son, Mario. Edgar Castillo, age 47. Molly Kamalashan, age 68, unknown. Salvador Chaires Rodriguez, age 50. Rafael Flores, age 22, unknown, age 25. Matthew Hester, age 41. Estilianos Berrios, age 65, unknown, age 54. Sierra Pitts, age 35. Dayron Durant, age 35. Carlos J. Guzman, age 37. Tony Harris, age 51. Yasmani Gomez, age 29. Unknown, age 30. Angelo Gonzalez, age 59. Rabik Davis, age 23. Jamil Mike Al-Mansouri, age 59. Anders Naud Harry Prasad, age 40. Omesh Pursuit, age 47. Daniel Fernandez Torres, age 43. Lujan Quintero, age 56. Stephanie Giu, age 18. Victorio Hilario Guzman, age 37. Mariano Canales, age 27. Anthony David Lenz, age 27. Richard Grove, age 69. Edwin Datzinger, age 81. Holina Faber, age 32. Unknown, age 60. Unknown. Sama Ali, age 7. Helga Echnicker, age 82. Nubak Lish Hajev, age 24. Total number of people injured this month, at least 4,687. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Christine Kang. My 31-year-old sister, Clara Kang, was killed in a crash on October 3rd, 2020. When I got the call from the doctor that day, I froze in fear and shock and dreaded telling my mom and Clara's boyfriend Diabel the awful news. Clara was an amazing nurse practitioner who dedicated her life serving others and always lent an ear to her family and friends. She was there every step of the way when my father was ill with cancer. Clara's dream was to get a doctorate, open a clinic for undocumented immigrants, and increase public access to health care. One bicycle ride on the dangerous 3rd Avenue in Brooklyn ended her dreams. Too many people have lost their lives on that notorious road, which should not have happened. Diaphil and I place these shoes on the memorial today and read the names of people killed in New York City for the month of October in memory of my sister, Clara Kang. Clara Kang, age 31. Roland Tate, age 75. Unknown, age 20. Sofia Gomez Aguilon, age 20. Unknown, age 20. Ali Muhammad, age 21. Dior Berkeley, age 19. Kimani Foster, age 20. Unknown, age 38. Raylene Venus, age 27. Earl Hall, age 48. Unknown. Salvador Polanco, age 72. Mary Ellen King, age 59. William McIver, age 60. Unknown, age 47. Unknown, age 51. Hilda Rosario, age 74. Juan Rosario, age 81. George Dingfelder, age 78. Tashanti Cole, age 8. Union Kong, age 65. Total number of people injured in October, at least 4,295. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Janie Howe. Sorry. And I was hit by a speeding driver when I was walking in Staten Island. This month marks 4 years since that happened. It was a hit and run. The driver whipped around a left turn. He stopped, and then he fled the scene and left me in the middle of the service road for oncoming traffic. I still don't know who hit me. I remember every second of it and replay it in my mind daily or weekly. I fell 15 feet back. I tried to crawl back to the sidewalk and I couldn't. I had 4 broken bones. I spent 3 weeks in the hospital. I learned to walk again. I stayed up all night in hand quivering, teeth chattering pain. I spent 1 year recovering, and every day since then I am a different person. Reckless driving and speeding on turns or when rushing to the next red light or nearby stop sign in a pedestrian area is a mindset. It ruins lives, and we can stop it, but we don't. Staten Island Borough President James Otto said Friday at a joint coronavirus press conference with Mayor de Blasio that Staten Islanders are a unique lot. They'll cut off grandma to get 10 feet ahead on Highland Boulevard. That was funny because it was true. They have no ramifications and no reasons to stop. In Staten Island Facebook groups, many people mock and share pictures of torn down speeding cameras in school zones. The culture of reckless driving makes this speeding, this cutting off grandma, more of a joke to many. If it happens, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like the mentality of when you hit someone and just drive off. Like they did the night of November 30th, 2016. I lost 1 shoe on impact that night. Today I add 1 shoe to the memorial and read the names of people killed in New York City for the month of November so far. And I ask Mayor de Blasio to get Vision Zero, which was working but not implemented enough, back on track. For me, for the people who have to watch more for the reckless drivers in Staten Island and all New Yorkers sharing the roads with vehicles in New York City. The people killed so far in half of November in New York City just this month: Ernesto Guzman, age 42, Sidney Selle, age 72, Michael Berserto Lorino, age 22, Ganesh Jaman, age 28, Alfredo Cabrera Laconia, age 35, and the total number of people injured just in the 5 boroughs of New York City alone this month, thousands and counting. Thank you.
It's so heartbreaking to hear all the names and hear our stories. A father, a brother, a sister, a child, a nurse biking home from her shift at the hospital. These are the New Yorkers that we allow to die or get seriously injured when we do nothing about New York City's unsafe streets. Together, those of us here in person and those of you at home, let us take a moment of reflection to remember the lives lost, the families and communities impacted, and the crash survivors whose lives are forever altered. as we honor those who have been injured in traffic violence and remember our loved ones and those we never got to meet. For many of us, we are not only sad and devastated, we are angry and we want to see change. We want an end to the silence. We want an end to traffic violence. We will close today's program not in silence, but with a call to Mayor de Blasio to do something, to put an end to the carnage. We say, no more vigils, no more speeches, just fund Vision Zero now. Seriously, Mayor de Blasio, do you want this to be your legacy? 1,000 lives taken during your administration? 213 in 2020, with still more than a month to go? We need you to fund and implement Vision Zero, the Green Wave Plan, the Streets Master Plan, and the Dangerous Vehicle Abatement Program. Our loved ones are dying. To all of you at home, please sign our petition at transalt.org/do-something. Before we close, I want to thank everyone who shared their stories today. Thanks to each and every one of you. I know how painful this is to tell these stories and share these stories year after year. I also want to thank all of you who are with us at home, our incredible partners at Transportation Alternatives, and all of those who made our shoe collections possible, including Gentle Giant, the Salvation Army, Lower East Side Ecology Center, Transportation Alternatives Queens Committee, the Hellgate Roadrunners, the Astoria Mutual Aid Network, the Old Stone House, neighbors and friends living in Lower Westchester County, and so many more. Thank you so much. I also want to acknowledge the dozens of vigils across the country happening today, including 2 others here in New York City, in Sunset Park and in Queens, making sure we mark this day safely, even during this time of physical distancing. Let us close out collectively and all say, no more vigils, no more speeches, we need action now. Okay, so repeat after me. No more vigils. No more speeches. We need action. Now. Thank you.